3 is consent actions. By single motion, the board approves or adopts the following items or actions. Any items marked consent may be moved from the list at the option of a commissioner and acted separately. 3.1 is approval of check register for general government February 3rd, 2020. 3.2 is approval of minutes. I don't think we got any of those, do we? 3.3 is approval of claims for general government pay as funds become available. Do we have any claims for general government?
What you have is a quote for service agreement from iWorks for code enforcement software. We're looking at this software. We have not decided if for sure if this is the one we're going to go with. So it's not really a claim, it's just for your information so you can look at it and see approximate costs to get the code enforcement software set up. Total setup would be $5,500 and it's $2,000 a year after that. And that would not only just do the code enforcement, it would do the building permits. Does it do building?
You can actually use it for zoning, a few different items, and there's other options to add to it also.
So that's just kind of something to look at. We wanted the board to be aware of that you can expect to be seeing a claim in the future for this type of service.
Alrighty, so we'll be working on 3.1, approval of check register for general government February 3rd, 2020. Do you have any questions or concerns? Check register? I'll entertain a motion.
Oh, I do have one claim for Pro Seal for asphalt recycling agent and a plastic reusable totes. This is the bonding agent for the streets that we were trying. It's $3,000.12, or $3,012.82.
How much?
I think that first tote's 250.
250 gallons?
Yeah, but it's concentrated, you mix it.
Okay.
But it's cold instead of the,
Hot?
This is designed
Hot oil.
specifically.
yeah, it's cold, it's cold. That's what we've been looking for.
That's what you've got in your machine. You still have that spraying,
We won't use it now.
oil, you just bag it?
No, it's the sealer on the bottom for your patch.
Okay.
A lot of these big holes that we get, the reason why I don't come out, because if you can't seal it, patch it, the water and stuff just comes up in the bottom and pops it out. But we've been looking for stuff that we can use cold. This mixes with water, cleans with water, so that we can, because when you go get hot stuff, you gotta use it then within a few days, right?
Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve with that.
Okay.
Is that for the check register and
And
one
for the
claim?
claims?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Bridges,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Yes.
Robbins.
Yes.
Now they got your TV saying we're gonna do something.
Board's reports. 4.1 is treasurer report.
Current time with all bills paid and taken care of, the general fund is $349.29. Medical authority, listen to this number, $27,073.02. That's really good with this new company we're working with. It's helping us a lot, and so I appreciate you guys doing that. Municipal authority is $77,320.43.
4.2 is city manager.
We've been working on getting W-2s out this month, and they all went out on time and everything. The conference that I went to last week was extremely beneficial, and I got a lot of good ideas, and I learned a lot. I would like to say that on the medical authority, the month before last, we had one deposit of $45,000 from claims coming in. Well, this last month, we had over $45,000 from claims coming in. So it's changing to this new billing company is extremely beneficial. Just gotta keep trucking and moving on.
4.3 is code enforcement.
I don't have anything really big to report at this time. I'm taking class at the end of the month, week of the 19th, be gone the rest of the week. Hopefully, it's moving a lot, bring back some knowledge and try to move some things along. Lists are getting big, just basic cleanup, getting some of these homes down, trying to make sure I know my legal means of doing it, so we're not in any kind of trouble whatsoever when we go to doing it. Let's talk to a few other code officers and see what they're working with, and trying to keep up with some of their paperwork. So it's not so much paperwork and running back and forth. The IWork program seemed to be pretty good. It might benefit us, if not, let's see what they're using versus what I'm looking at, and see how that goes from there.
All right, police chief.
This month, we wrote 85 citations. We're still having issues with truck drivers. We're still dealing with that on a daily basis. It says one accident report, but there's been 2 worked since, and I worked one this morning where somebody ran into the tag office. And we had 1 unit totaled this month, one of the older cars. It wasn't the officer's fault. He was sitting at a stop sign when there was a 2-car crash, and they all ended up in him. But the insurance has totaled the car. We stripped it. I gave all the equipment off of it to the fire department, so Don said he could use it. So, according to last Thursday, the 2 new SUVs should be here tomorrow in Oklahoma City.
Good, good,
So they're only 3 months late, but they should be here.
good.
And that's all I've got.
Can I ask Mike a question? North Mississippi, where you get up to that stop sign, that 4-way stop sign, where the trucks keep running over the telephone pole, is that under our jurisdiction?
North to Scoop Cooper,
Yeah,
that's county.
is it? Okay, I just noticed a truck run over the telephone pole about
A
4 or
week
5 days
ago.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah, he did. He took out the stop sign of Highway 60 first,
yeah,
and then went down and made that corner and took the telephone pole out.
but now, the city's jurisdiction on Mississippi would be how far?
Dumont, yeah,
Okay.
which is the last street that'll go back to the
Yeah.
east. That's
Bucky
it.
used to live.
Yeah, where Bucky lived.
Okay, because they'd come by my house, and I can see them out my back door there, I can see them trucks go by, you know, all the time. Should I call somebody when I see one go by and know he's
Yeah.
lost?
Commissioner Sonnenberg is very upset if a truck goes down that road, which they do every day.
Yeah. If they're 18-wheelers, they're not going around that corner down there.
No.
Unless they know how.
Yeah, we're having a lot of problems with them, and it's a lot of non-English speaking truck drivers.
Yeah.
They don't,
I get you.
they tell us they can't read the signs,
Yeah.
and their GPS tells them to go this way.
Yeah.
How are they getting our CDL?
They don't have to have one. We have done a lot of research on it. Mexican drivers do not have to have a CDL. They get a license to work in the United States. They have
Part of
to,
the NAFTA agreement?
yes,
And it's not just, it's not just the Spanish, it's
yeah.
it's all, any,
Non-American.
You live here and you have to have a CDL.
But they
Once
don't.
you're born here, you just.
I mean, we were having problems. We had to put translators on our cell phones just so we can talk to them when we're writing them a citation. So, yeah, it's not fun.
So who do you call it when you see somebody that's going down that road, or is it
That's
through
the
the city?
county.
So you kind of take somebody out of the county?
But like where he's talking about his street, that's us. We write them for going down Delaware Street. Delaware's no trucks. If we can catch them, we write them.
But there's no sign saying no trucks going on Mississippi, is that correct? I haven't seen one.
No, there's not.
Not on that side, not on that side. It's on the south
We
side.
put them all over, but I think we actually forgot about Mississippi. We might need to put one right there at 60 in Mississippi.
Yeah, right there.
They don't read.
Not.
No, that's true.
Scoop,
Because
right.
I'm telling
the
you,
GPS is telling them to go.
I'm telling you, instead of the word on the sign that says road trucks, the one that does it up on Scoop Cover, it's got a truck with a circle and a line through it. That might be better off.
I don't know, they just motored it over.
Yeah.
4.6 is animal control.
Let's see, we have 2 dogs in the shelter right now for adoption, and we had 3 adopted and 1 transferred to a rescue.
We have been housing some dogs for the county too in the last couple months where they bit people, but they're actually paying, the people are. So, I mean, we had one come up yesterday and retrieve their dog, and they paid the full amount, 10 days of quarantine. So,
We skipped the fire chief, but he's out on a call, so we'll pick him up if he comes back in later on.
yeah, they got a pretty bad 2-car wreck just past Bell Road.
5 is discuss an appropriate action on 5.1. Someone from the sheriff's department was supposed to be here this evening, so I guess we will put that off till later. 5.2, acceptance of REAP grant for the fire department to utilize for concrete floor in the new structure.
The fire department was awarded the REAP grant that the council had allowed them to apply for in the amount of $26,824.62. I apologize, I'm getting all tongue-tied today. But we just need the council to approve for us to accept this money so they can use it for the concrete in there.
Did you check a look at this letter
This letter,
from Grand Gateway?
this one, the $22,000 one,
Yeah. I thought you just said 26.
that's what we applied for, but we got 20.
Okay, all right.
22,375.38.
What do we do? Accept this grant? I make a motion to accept this grant.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Bridges?
Yes.
Melton?
Yes.
Gibson?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes. 5.3 is discuss and possible appropriate action on need for a new vehicle for the fire department.
So the fire chief's vehicle is in extremely poor condition. It's getting to the point where it's unsafe to drive. So we would like council approval to start looking for something else for him. And then when we find something, we'll get a purchase request together and bring it before the council, or for approval.
Go ahead.
I believe Dean has been looking at, what's that website?
Oh, it's the the state bid sheets, you know. We see it bought the fire department much in the last few years at all. And so, as we look at this, it's not for Dawn, it's for the department.
Yes.
And so, I don't know, I would like for us to really focus on new.
Okay, we can look at the statewide contracts and see what they're offering.
We've kind of looked a little bit for 3/4 ton, 4-wheel drive, gas. There's some add-ons we'd like to have. Of course, he talked to me, I think, Dawn easy going. But there's a bed box that you put in with pull-outs. I think it'd be great for the chief. He carries all the extra stuff. And then of course, the light systems you'll have to have. First look, not getting serious, all that for less than 40. I don't know if anybody's priced a 3/4 ton truck lately, but there's a lot of people that like to buy one like that. And that's with the add-on, somewhere under 40,000. But as we go forward, I hope we kind of look at that.
I agree.
And guess who's next on my list to get about vehicles? Roger.
Yes, there's running in bad shape too.
Well, I just want to say for the fire department that there's nobody in the city that works more than Don does, keeping this city going. He works on all those trucks out there. I mean, he puts in bukus of hours working on stuff that doesn't cost the city anything for mechanic fees, so. And I do know that his old truck is falling apart. I mean, we had it first, and it's,
Well, then we know it's tore up.
turn that camera. But it's a Ford, it's got the same problem that my old Ford I hunt and fish out of has. The coil packs go out repeatedly, and they're $50 a pop, and that's not the fact that it takes 2 or 3 hours to change one.
I would like to see maybe in a couple 2-year, 3-year plan to see new vehicles across the board, just because it's killing us putting endless amounts of money into these old vehicles. So we really do need to look at going with new stuff across the board, so.
And I'll say this, it's all, the police, the fire, the EMS, it's all safety oriented. So I think we need to look at that before we do anything else, make sure we're safe doing that. In the water plant, in the sewer, that's safety, so.
So what do we need to do on that? Do we need to?
It would be under the bid amount if it's 40K. So really, Melanie just needs to be coming back to proposals so you guys can vote on that. I'm assuming you'd be talking about a lease purchase.
Yeah.
We need to get a quote on that too.
We've done
All right, 6 is events. 6.1, next regularly scheduled meeting will be March 2nd, 2020. 6.2, City Hall will be closed February 17th, 2020 in observance of President's Day. And under new business, we have Rhonda from Nowata and Flash Chamber.
I'm chamber today. First, I want to say I need to start coming more and be more involved in you guys' meetings. I've had a few requests. The first one, I need to see, is there any way we can get the sales that we had when we had the train? And then I've had some people ask me about the sales that we had in the town when we did the shop local thing. They're just wanting to see, I know that we've had some movement as far as some of the events that I've been kind of pushing through, trying to get some more excitement going on with the community and stuff like that. I've had a lot of, when we have our meetings, they're like, well, what was sales? I said, well, I don't even know where to start to ask what our sales were and stuff. I know when we had the train event, it was huge. We were busting, we had, if you weren't buying gas at Casey's or whatever, I know we had a lot of foot traffic with that. The shop local thing did really well. I know we had some businesses that weren't chamber members that are wanting to join now, because I plan on moving forward with more events like that, just to get the community involved and get the businesses excited about being here. So that's kind of some of the stuff on my old business and stuff. Moving forward, we've got our chamber banquet coming up on April 9th. We've got a new category we've added for hero. So we're wanting to do a hero award. We're trying to basically keep it into our city offices, fire department, and that type of stuff. So we're looking for some of you guys to be acknowledged as a hero. We also are doing a teacher/school official. That's been getting a lot of good foot traffic on that. Of course, we're doing our business of the year, new business, and then we've got our boys and girls. I'm trying to think, citizen of the year and volunteer of the year. So those are some of the awards. We've already got our speaker booked, our MC booked. Ella just sent me a message today. We're going to have, she called it a band, but I think it's basically a 2-piece we're going to have some music. So we're going to step up our game a little bit with that also. And then there'll be more stuff going on throughout the year. But those are just some of the first big thing that we're working on. And then we're getting into Pioneer Day. Pioneer Day, we've moved it to June this year to partner up with the All-School Reunion. That will be June 12th, 13th, and 14th. The Chamber is renting the Fair Building. And on Friday night, we've booked a murder mystery dinner. We're going to have Indian fry bread. The mystery dinner is actually going to be about it's called Killer Chili. It's about a small corrupt sheriff and it's based in a Greasy Spoon restaurant. So I was like, that's going to be perfect for us. So that's our Friday night, what we have planned for Pioneer Day. Like I said, with it being the restaurant, we tried to get some stuff from Bliss and Ideal, some of those older restaurants that we've had All-School reunion-wise to kind of decorate with and stuff like that. So we're really excited about that program that we're going to be doing. We are going to be selling tickets for that. It's not free. Then moving into Saturday, we decided the rodeo was kind of uncertain whether they were going to be able to join with us since we moved it to June. So we came up with the idea of doing a noodling contest, trying to figure out what the county has an abundance of. So with the lakes and the rivers, we decided to do noodling, and it is taking off like gangbusters. We've already got some big sponsors. We've got some other TV station ladies that are coming who noodle, and that's going to be joining us. So we've got getting a big response to that as far as that we're going to be doing that Saturday. So that being said, and then we're also going to have food trucks at the park, the inflatables. I've got the tractor pedal pull for the kids to do during the day. The vendors will be inside the Fair Building because I'm a little worried about between the heat and the storms. So I thought it would be safer being inside. But we'll do a fish fry that evening. And again, I'm going to ask if we could see about maybe doing a beer garden at the pavilion in the park. By then, all of our kid activities will be finished up, and we'll be moving over in the evening stuff. I do know with the All-School reunion that weekend, we've got dances, parade, variety shows. We're going to have a lot of foot traffic in the county that weekend. So it's just up to you guys whether you want to do it. I have talked to Nancy a little bit as far as partnering up her. Since she has the licenses and knows a little bit more about serving alcohol. I haven't had a chance to get that nailed down with her, but again, I didn't want to move too far with her until you guys said it was okay. So that's kind of where I am on that again. And then Sunday, as far as Pioneer Days, we're going to have, I think Terry Jordan's going to do a gospel fest. So we've got a packed weekend. That's kind of where I'm at. There'll be more stuff coming in, but like I said, I just need to start coming to you guys' meetings just to kind of partner and work with you guys more as far as the city, as far as what we need to do on a chamber side, as far as how promoting.
Actually learned that you guys at the conference that I want to share with you.
Okay.
That can be involved with.
So that's kind of where I am. Like I said, I don't know, we'll make every meeting, but I said I need to start coming more. Again, on the beer garden thing, we'll have to sign it because it'll be on city property. Just kind of need to know if you want to vote on it tonight, if you want me to get more details, get some stuff worked out with Nancy, what you guys need from me for us to move forward with it.
Do you have a plan for security, since there's going to be alcohol served?
When we approached this last year trying to get it done, I had talked to Chief and stuff because when I looked at it the first time, my thought is that it would be a fundraiser thing for us to be able to take that money and split it between the organizations and stuff. So I wanted it to go back to the county sheriffs and go back to the city office and stuff. I haven't been able to do that with Nancy yet, so I'm not quite for sure if we'll be able to. And like I said, I'm not paying, but like I said, I would like to take the proceeds and donate it and stuff like that, because we will need security and stuff like that. So we can't put the money back into the sheriff's department and city officers and stuff, then that's where I'm going to tell Nancy she's going to have to hire security. The thing about doing it at the city park, as far as keeping it in the pavilion, doing the pavilion, I think we'll be able to rope that off and keep it contained. Some of the things that have been asked since we have brought this up several times is we don't want people taking their beer over to the fair building. We don't, whatever we serve has got to stay on that cement pad. I don't want it going off. So that's how I want it secure. We don't want them leaving with it. They're going to have to, and like I said, I haven't done one of these, so I don't know whether we want to put a limit on it, wristbands or stuff like that. We can definitely go any direction on that as far as keeping it contained in that respect. So it's...
We'll need to get it on, the agenda to vote on it for next month. So maybe that'll give you time to get things lined out with Nancy and have more of an idea of what we're looking at. Anybody have questions?
I don't have any questions, but I got comments.
Okay.
I appreciate all the changes that you're doing with these programs, because I think we got stale on our events that we had, and it was same old, and nobody came. But now I think you're doing more things and it's getting exciting, and I appreciate your work.
Thank you, ma'am. Any new business from the board? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Roll call.
Gibson,
Yes?
Melton,
Yes.
Bridges,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Yes. We are adjourned and opening the meeting of Nowata City Community Medical Authority. Call, please.
Bridges,
Here.
Miller,
Here.
Robinson,
Here.
Gibson,
Here?
Melton.
Here.
3, consent actions. By single motion, the board approves or adopts the following items or actions. Any items marked consent may be moved from the list at the option of a trustee and acted on separately. 3.1, approval of check register for Community Medical Authority, February 3rd, 2020. And 3.2 is approval of minutes, which we don't have any. So, this will be going on 3.1. They have any questions about the check register for EMS?
Make a motion to approve them as presented.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Bridges,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes. Board reports, EMS director, which I saw her fly by earlier, so she's probably out on the call.
EMS is going pretty smooth. Like I said, we're really happy with the medical billing company. The last 2 months in a row, they pulled in $45,000 or more in ambulance payments, which we haven't seen since I started in 2017. I've never seen the medical authority bring that much money in per month. So we're extremely happy about that.
Yes. No items for discussion. Any new business from the board? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'm gonna bring this up.
Okay.
I've been told that there's something in one of them ambulances that has to be replaced soon. Did they talk to you at all? Talk to them. I don't know. It's old, it's getting outdated. Matter of fact, it's hard to find people who even work on it. I don't know what it is, but kind of check on that if you would.
Okay. There's one, I know there's one piece of equipment, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, that we were gonna look into replacing, so it might be the
That-
same thing we're
that's
talking
same.
about.
I do.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Seconded?
Roll call, please.
Bridges,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes. We are adjourned and opening the meeting of Nowata City Municipal Authority. Roll call, please.
Bridges,
Here.
Miller,
Yes.
Robinson,
Here.
Gibson,
Here.
Melton.
3 is consent actions. By single motion, the board approves or adopts the following items or actions. Any items marked consent may be moved from the list at the option of a trustee and acted on separately. 3.1 is the check register for municipal authority, February 3rd, 2020. 3.2, approval of minutes, which we don't have any. 3.3, approval of refund deposits.
That's the sheet that Lance gave right here in front of you guys.
This?
3.4, approval of claims for municipal authority paid as funds become available.
And we only got one, and it is for enzymes,
Yep.
for a total of $1,036. And it's from wastewater.
3.3, I'll approve for refund deposits. Motion to approve.
Are you going to pick up your check register 3.1, 3.3, 3.4?
Well, I guess we can.
If you want to.
Well, that's what you just covered. Yes, I'll make a motion to approve all 3 of those. Minus the approval for minutes, because we have no minutes.
You'll have them all in full next month.
A second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Bridges,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes. 4 is reports. 4.1 is sewer plant.
Everything's going good. Keith finally got some free time, so we've been installing pumps. And we got that new box put in today. He's gonna come back in a couple days and finish it up, but everything's going smoothly out there.
Good. Water plant.
He's got it written. Also, we've been cross-training Manny out of the water plant to try to reduce some of the overtime for those guys, and he is doing really well. Jerry's very, very pleased.
Good.
And he's really enjoying it. He seems to really like it.
Good. 4.3 is public works. Got anything to add, Roger?
Oh, really, just if you look around, you probably see most place you go, there's been ditch work or curb work done, trying to get some main drainage ditches done, so we've been working every time we keep our other work orders caught up, water leaks and sewer such as that, we do that when the weather's able. And patching, we patch every chance we can get when the weather's good. But that's a never-ending ordeal, but Kenny patched this weekend, he patched Sunday, we had good days, Kenny came out and patched all day, pretty well all day Sunday. So, we do that when we can, when the weather's warm, and when the potholes are dry, so so. Other than that, everything's been going pretty good.
Yeah. Let's pick back up. Dawn and Nancy just decided to grace us with their presence. Got anything, Fire Chief?
I don't, we're waiting on the grant deal, I'm not sure. Hopefully you'll approve that.
We did.
Of course. And I'll take a tour probably Wednesday, and we'll be waiting on the notice to proceed for the concretes.
Okay. And we talked about the truck, and Melanie's gonna work with y'all and see what we can find on that. Nance, you got anything?
Last month, it's been about a month ago, we got a phone call from Bartlesville EMS wanting to know if we were in need for another ambulance because they had a surplus. They had switched out some trucks and they had one that they wanted to donate to us. And so we will have one of their yellow ambulances running around for too long. We've got to get their emblem, their Bartlesville taken off and our Nowata put on. It's still, of course, going to be the pretty yellow, but it's some of the guys that have worked over there have worked out of that truck that worked for us as well, and they said it's a very good truck, it's pretty solid, so thank you, Bartlesville EMS, for donating that truck to us, so we're real proud of that. Our billing company, I don't know what the figures were, but they have been doing a bang-up job. I'm real happy with them. And then Sue Collier, most everybody knows Sue. She's kind of taken us on out here, and she's always doing for us. And she took it upon herself to take up donations, and she bought us a huge side-by-side industrial type freezer and refrigerator. So before y'all leave, take a peek in there in the kitchen and look at that. We're very grateful for what Sue does. She's always bringing us stuff, bringing us snacks, bringing us all kinds of stuff, and she's seen the need for a bigger refrigerator than what we had, and I think the one that we had, it worked fine, but we'd had it for probably 16 years, so very generous gift from her, and whoever donated, we say thank you from the bottom of our hearts here. So,
Also, Nancy, what is it that you're needing?
We're wanting to look at new monitors for our trucks. The monitors, the heart monitors and defibrillator, it's all built into one. And the ones that we have, of course we have to have them serviced every year. But they're pretty prehistoric, and so we've had them for a really long time. That is something that we would like to look at.
2010 is when.
Can you bring us some price ideas next month?
Okay, yeah, I definitely will. And we're kind of debating back and forth. We use the Philips monitors right now, but the hospitals use, I think, I'm going to check around with local hospitals, I think they use the Zoll brand Life Pack, and apparently he's already checked that, but it would be nice if we had what the hospital uses, so that if we put pads on, our pads will connect to theirs. If anything that we do will tie in with theirs, instead of us having from one monitor and they use something different, we could tie in whenever we get there. So that is something that we would like to look at, being as monitors for the trucks.
We're getting more and more. We've had several times this last year, we had to come and have a look at it. We've had several issues with it this last year, so they're getting very well worn out.
They're 10 years old, and it's all electronic, so I mean and that is probably one of the most important pieces of equipment that we carry on our trucks, that if you're in need of that monitor and defib, you want it to function properly, so that is something we want to look at.
And the two of you seem to work very well together, and that's great to see out here also.
Well, thank you. He talks and I listen, so it's
Thanks for the line here.
when he speaks, I do listen.
All right, 5 is discuss and possible action on need and potential authorization for acquisition on a loader.
So Roger had a piece of equipment, that it blew a motor, so that's what brought this about. And Don actually found a loader for $18,000. So we want permission to start looking for a loader and see what we can find, and possibly a dollar limit that you guys said that we cannot go above that way, because the ones he's finding go quick.
Oh, sure.
Fast.
And he would take Roger and maybe one other person out to look at the loader before and assess it before anything was ever done. But we would like to have the authorization and a dollar limit set in place. That way, if we find something, we can go for it.
Now, do we just pay cash for this, or we would?
Well, in the cashier's check, we have to give them a check, and you can see it on your check register for approval. That's why I'm trying to get approval first. That way, when I write the check, the purchase is already approved.
What are you seeing, like a price range?
We missed a good deal for Woody's. Theirs was $20,000. We missed a good deal there.
30 and below?
Yes.
Would that be a good starting point?
Yes.
Can we handle that? Make a motion, we put this in order for 30,000 and below?
I second.
We missed that by hours.
Because a new one costs what?
It's 100,000.
140? Okay, I was gonna guess 170. Yeah. Okay.
We had a motion and a second, so roll call, please.
Bridges,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes. And any new business from the board? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Gibson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Bridges,
Yes.
Miller, Robinson.
Yes. We are adjourned and opening the meeting of the Economic Development Authority. Roll call, please.
Bridges,
Here.
Miller,
Here.
Robinson,
Here.
Gibson,
Here?
Melton.
Here.
3 is discuss and possible action on 3.1. Discussion and vote to enter into executive session pursuant to 25 OS 307B3 regarding potential interest in purchase of real property.
I have no idea what we're doing, so I'll make a motion, we enter into executive session. I'd like to hear about this.
Roll call, please.
Bridges,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
You just sit down, you gotta go again.
Robinson.
Yes. Hey, Terrence.
Motion, return back to regular schedule meeting, not executive session, whatever you call it.
Second it.
Roll call.
Bridges,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
And no action to be taken.
4 is new business. Is there any new business from the board regarding economic development? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Gibson,
Yes.
Melton,
Yes.
Bridges.